funny little things on the feet, she said. He did, and has never looked back since. What makes Manolo unique is that he has retained complete control of his work. He has never sold his name, preferring to operate out of a small shop in London, a second store in New York, and around a dozen other licensed outlets worldwide. Manolo does all his own sketches and even carves the wooden lasts for each of his designs by hand.
Yes, this is what I like to do. This is what I enjoy most. Me, alone, doing things. Really love it. If I sit in a table, I say I'm going to draw, I'm going to do shoes. Doesn't happen. It happen like that when I want to. And some days spend 3 nights like, and then I eat, and then it's like that, yes. It's not like very sort of organized, sort of like, I'm going to do a little shoe now, bluff. I cannot do that, no.
From February to May 2003, Manolo's shoes were featured in an exhibition at the Design Museum in London. He was the first shoe designer to be honored in this way. In his early days, his shoes were stunning but impractical, so he taught himself the craft. Formal training was unnecessary, he says, because, according to him, he has the best taste in the world. Bianca Jagger famously wore his shoes when making a grand entrance on a white horse at Studio 54 in 1977. It was television that really cemented his fame, however, with references to his footwear on The Simpsons and Absolutely Fabulous, and then came Sex and the City.
Well, this is the most important thing is to see the beauty, and then the shoes come like, you know, easy. It's not like getting
What's
by.
beautiful for you?
So many things. I mean, things that people don't expect to be beautiful.
In the 1990s, the popularity of the US TV show and the obsession for his shoes exhibited by the show's character, Carrie Bradshaw, played by Sarah Jessica Parker, saw Manolo become a household name. He even became known as the 5th star of the show after the 4 main actresses.
The process of being there, doing the cutting, it's not that quick, but a few days in the factory doing patterns and playing with materials and wood and things like that, and then a few seconds later seeing the thing done, that is a great kick for me. I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm a curious person, and I'd like to know what people want or guess what people want. And I love to please somehow or provoke certain excitement in anything I do. So this is the only thing you keep me going. It's not vanity or anything. In fact, I'm kind of...
Another of his high-profile fans, Madonna, says his shoes are better than sex, and they last longer. Avowedly celibate, preferring to channel all his energy into his work, Manolo may not know much about that. What he and the rest of the world do know, however, is that the global love affair with his shoes has lasted for 35 years, and just becomes even more passionate as time goes by.
I can't resist a little bit of madness. Look, it's funny.
Dressed in his signature white sailor suit and frequently carrying a silk opera hat and a single red rose, Marcel Marceau's charming alter ego, Bip, represents fragility, hope, and humanity's search for happiness. And as a Holocaust survivor, the incomparable mime artist was well placed to reflect on the broad themes of existence. Born Marcel Mangel in Strasbourg in 1923, he changed his Jewish name to Marceau when the Nazis occupied France during the Second World War. Marceau joined the French resistance with brother Alain, and later joked he performed his first mime when coming face to face with German soldiers, convincing them that he and a friend were the advance guard of a much larger force. After the war, Marceau single-handedly revived the art of mime, drawing inspiration from the silent films of Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton and Harry Langdon. He studied with great French teachers and won universal acclaim with his first mini-drama, Praxitèle and the Golden Fish, in 1946. Success in France enabled him to found his own pantomime company, and it toured the world, thrilling audiences with imaginative performances. At its heart was Bip, the sad-faced clown who experienced heartache and happiness in equal measure. His representations of the stages of human life, youth, maturity, old age, and death, led one critic to comment that Marceau accomplished in less than 2 minutes what most novelists cannot do in volumes. His genius was in distilling the essence of emotion and drawing the audience into his non-speaking world. The birth of television gave Marceau a new platform for his creative output, and he also featured in a number of films, including Barbarella as the mad scientist Professor Ping. In the Mel Brooks comedy Silent Movie, the joke is that Marceau has the only speaking line, a brusque non, when asked if he will appear in the film. Despite his silent performances, Marceau was an extremely expressive talker.
Mime is the art of illusion, and it's an art of magic. You make appear and disappear objects, people. You make transform the world. The public lives with you through your imagination, and you make them see and believe what you're doing. You create everything, and you don't need words for that because it's a visual art. One of the numbers I have is called Bip Hunts Butterflies, and it is a symbol at the same time because not only does he hunt butterflies, but it is the search for love, the search for trying to retain what escapes to us because life is so fragile, and that we are aware that time goes away, and we have to remain ourselves, and we have to share. And Bip chases butterflies and destroys the butterfly, not aware that we often destroy love during life. Many things can be said very strongly with words, and this is a word theater, which is a reflection of man in his time, in our time. And I think that what the mime theater has to do is to bring a very strong witness, a very strong acknowledgement of the deeds and thoughts of men. And this should be brought up in the light of people, without words. That means in silence. And this is what I'm trying to do.
In 2002, Marceau served as United Nations Goodwill Ambassador at the Second World Assembly on Aging, where he said it was important for his generation to help young people understand the past, the present, and the future. There was worldwide mourning when he died 5 years later, aged 87.
Every day, all over the world, all of us are using secret codes, and we don't even realize it.
There has always been a battle between people who want to keep secrets and people who want to get those secrets.
A captivating documentary, The Code Breakers, premiere 19th of May on Viasat History.